keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Broadcasting live from the heart of your blood flowing like a fucking pacemaker. No, the other 9 times C. This is Shop from the Point. I expected to be a little more outraged, Point Man Tobes. I guess it's a little tough to get outraged over essentially $1,000, $1,100 fine. An 11, a really small fine, but I think there was a strategic reason for that. If Dankula was sent to prison, that's a bigger headline than 800 pounds. A much bigger headline, and I truly believe this isn't lost on this judge. Apparently, Sargon reported this judge once sentenced a homeless man under a gun act inside the UK. This homeless man had an orange-capped gun, and some girl went up to him and said, "What are you going to do with that gun?" He says, "I'm going to demand to get some goddamn pandas. That's what I'm going to do." He went to prison. This same judge. This is who we're dealing with. So he's probably an advocate judge. The politics are not lost on him. And I think he would much rather keep this insane law rather than really force a movement to get rid of it. Now, I saw it on on Mark's hot I think his friends call him Marcus. I'm not tight with him by any means, but his friends, I've heard his friends call him Marcus. He wrote this, which I was happy to see. GoFundMe will be available for appeal, so we can reverse the precedent. This is bigger than a Nazi pug. This is bigger than shit posting. This is a big deal. It was really nice to see some of the speeches out there today. All of them were better than Sargon's, I thought, but he did a good job too. Nothing personal there, Ben. No, I like Sargon, but it's weird speaking through a micro or a megaphone. And the thing is, this is taking on a life of its own because it's just so much more important in the training to free speech. I mean, the law is written in such a manner, grossly offensive, but grossly offensive isn't defined. That's not an accident. For the people, I just want the next person that says to me, "Boy, the UK's dumb. Boy, they didn't get it was a joke." Of course they don't know of course they know it's a joke. They're trying to silence you. There's no way around it. And they bit the bullet by not putting Count Dankula in jail. They want to put you in jail over this law. 150%. They've done it already. Here's the evidence. Ish. Chelsea Russell, 19, from Liverpool, posted the lyric from Snapdog's "I'm Trippin' to Pay Tribute" to a boy who died in a car crash.
Snoop.
I'm tripping. It said Snapdog here.
Fuck. Okay.
Is there a Snapdog?
I don't know. Jesus.
Let's find out. How do you get Snoop Dogg's name wrong? It says Snapdog. I didn't read it wrong. I'm tripping. Is there a Snap? S-N. I'm gonna read the lyrics. It might be funny to read them anyway.
Where's Real Talk when you need him?
No, it must be Snoop. I'm tripping.
Snap. No, it's a Snapdog.
It's Snapdog? I'm tripping, featuring Juicy J. Snapdog's the real guy. Okay. Snapdog. Dog. All right. D-O-G-D. D-O-double-G. All right. Yeah, here it is.
Oh. That's a world star.
That's how I want it. Yeah.
Logo.
Yeah. That's how I want to be remembered. I want fucking some black guy with no shirt on with the fucking clock.
Yeah. Here lies fat Bruce Willis.
All right. Let's read the lyrics. Let's read the lyrics. They're probably funny.
Probably like one of those trap shit things.
Yeah. Snapdog.
No, I gotta watch what I say.
$10, Mormon guy. The newest
Tommy
haircut is
show.
grossly offensive. Hashtag jail Tommy. I get this every year. I cut my hair when it gets hot. We don't play with niggas. We got K for niggas. Glock FN and them Draco nigga. Give a Halo nigga. I don't know if I'd want this on my fucking... All right, listen. If I get in a car accident, sound of silence, folks. Let's keep it simple. We don't Twitter beef. Catch you in these streets. It's dropping for these payments, bitch. You know that's twice a week. Broad day. We don't play with niggas. We got K for niggas. Glock FN. Those Draco niggas give a Halo nigga. Want some smoke? Want smoke? We don't Twitter beef. We catch you in the streets. Yeah, that's what I want to do. It's like poetry, Steph Poetry Slam. All right, let's get back to the real. Let's get back to the real. Now that I'm all reading hip hop lyrics. All right, so she posted this. Russell argued it was not offensive. The prosecutor said her sentence was increased from a fine to a community order as it was a hate crime to repost lyrics. She was charged after the Merseyside police were anonymously sent a screenshot of the update. How much you want to bet some punk ass snitch nigga turned her in? Liverpool Justice Center sitting at Sefton Magistrates Court heard Russell post the lyrics to her account after the death of a 13-year-old road accident in 2017. The Crown Prosecution says the words Russell used on her account contain racially labeled with some people that find extremely offensive. That's it. There you go. Some people would find it offensive.
8 weeks of curfew, 8 weeks of probation for that. For posting.
And I think she's got something on her leg. The screenshot was passed as a hate crime to PC Dominique Walker, who told the court the term was grossly offensive, which, by the way, is not defined. It is up to the court, as it was so easily explained to Dankula.
Yeah.
We decide the intent, not you. It's not stupidity here. This is not like, well, they fucked this one up. No. This is a problem, and it's coming to the United States. It's already come to Canada. Hey, look. Oh, I got to ask you guys out there. If you want to know what a liberal paradise looks like, go to any college campus. There you go. That's it. That's what they want. That's their idea of perfection.
Don't say liberal. I'll kill you.
I'm sorry. Not enough liberals, and you know this as well, that I speak up against this stuff. They pretend it's not happening. Whoops, where it is. They must be stupid over there in the UK. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's not enough. Well, I've always given shout-outs to the so-called YouTube liberals. They do call this stuff out, but not enough. Not enough. Yes, they're mostly progressives, and let me get defined in the SJWs and stuff like that. But in order for it to get to this level, it would have to gone by some powerful liberals. Can we both agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. All right. The screenshot was passed as a hate crime to the D.C. Dominican Walker, who told the court the term was grossly offensive to her black woman and the general community. Well, I guess that guy that wrote that song can never come to town.
Yeah.
No snapdog in Liverpool. The Liverpool Echo reported that Russell's defense had argued the usage of the word had changed over time and had been used as superstar rapper Jay-Z in front of thousands of people at the Gatsbury Festival. Yeah, why wasn't he arrested?
Yeah.
It hasn't changed.
I would have fucked myself with that joke. No.
Look, I knew a few guys, white guys in the Army, that get away with that shit with certain groups and cliques, but in general, that's not the truth. If you're white, you're going to get your teeth handed to you. It's just that simple.
Where's Real Talk? I want my N-word card.
You can't have it. Gave it to me. She said the prosecutors also sourced the law that could be showed that posting the profile on her account constituting sending it and making it public. Russell was found guilty of sending grossly offensive messages in a public communication. The only thing gross that she did is pick the wrong song for a death, if you ask me. I don't know.
Really?
Giving 8-week community order. Placed on an 8-week curfew. Told to pay the cost of £500. And an £85 victim surcharge. That's not a mistake. That's not an accident. This is not a shot in the dark. Dankula doesn't get press. He does 6 months to a year. Guaranteed.
5 years.
5.
Oh,
up
no,
to 5.
no, they scrapped
That one, they think he only could have done a year. For grossly offensive, I think he can do a year.
Mm-hmm.
Since the term is not defined, and it's not because they just, whoops, we just left it out of the bill. No, it's deliberately vague. Stop saying it's stupid. You're stupid if you say it's stupid. Really stupid. And going back to this guy, and I will translate this for the Scottish impaired as best I can. This is Sky News. I guess they're supposed to be conservative.
Yeah.
This guy makes an utter jackass of himself. And I tell you something, you know, I've heard Dankula called a bell end and a doorknob and a shithead. It just couldn't be further from the truth. First of all, his video's pretty good. He's one of the better commentators. I got to be honest with you, and one of the more entertaining commentators. And I don't say that because I always kind of thought, sorry, Marcus, that he got famous because of this thing. No, he's actually a pretty good YouTuber. No joke.
Well, he did get famous because of this thing. It's just
yeah, he did. Yeah, but the more the arrest, I figured a lot of them were mercy subs. I always thought that. But when you really go through his content, you'll laugh your ass off.
No, he gained a lot of subs like with the shout out from Reddit before the police.
He's better than me. I don't get no shout outs from Reddit. Reddit hates my guts. I don't think too much of them either. All right. But this is getting owned. I'll translate the best I can. Yeah.
Teaching a pug dog to raise its paw in a Nazi salute. He said gas the Jews 23 times.
He's raised a paw. Well, that guy's English.
That was clear, Tommy.
In the Nazi salute. No, you're going to need help, especially when Mark fucking opens his trap.
Yeah.
He said gas, and here's the key. He said gas the Jews 23 times.
What's funny about that?
The context of it is the juxtaposition of having an adorable animal react to something vulgar. That was
It's the context of that. It's funny that the animal would react to something vulgar. That's obnoxious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Joke. Have you seen the video?
Do you accept you committed a crime?
Have you seen the video?
I have.
Right, again, so I explained the context in it, so why are you asking me again?
Well, the context is that you've been fined £800 for a crime that
No,
you committed.
we're talking about the context of the video. Don't try and move on, mate.
we had in court.
Yeah, can I just ask, why did
we
you...
had in court that you committed gross offence against a large community of people. 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. Which of the 6 million dead Jews in the Holocaust did he offend? Who fucking gave you your bachelor's degree in fucking journalism? Why do you have a job?
There's no such thing. Sorry, Tim Pool. There's no such thing as journalism. Journalism is an idea. And I'm stealing from Carlin on this, but I truly mean this. All right? It's an idea. It's a nice idea, but it's simply not practiced. It's not practiced. Journalism students go to school for the same reasons for journalism, for the same the reasons lawyers become lawyers, is to acquire power. That's it. They're acquiring power. Look how this shifted. Look at this conversation shifted from what's funny about gas the Jews 23 times. And then he completely shifts it to, do you know that you committed a crime? Well, first of all, that's not in question. He was convicted and sentenced right before he talked to this fucking this pencil neck dork. I would be ashamed to go home and look my kids in the face if I was this guy. First of all, his tie is awful. Look at it. Anything in Philly?
Jesus, no. My bow tie for prom had sparklies on it.
He looks like he should be the manager for like Legion of Doom, fucking early 1990s.
The overnight manager at Tesco.
Yeah. So that's, yeah, exactly. The overnight manager at Tesco became a journalist. Keemstar is a journalist. Think about that. So this is where the ownage takes place. Let's take you back a little bit.
We had in court.
Yeah, can I
You have it in court? Yeah, no shit. I just got convicted.
We had in court that you committed gross offence against a large community of people.
Tommy's show.
6 million Jews died to call in. They said they're pissed off at the stream. I don't blame them. It's not that good. Fuck you, Veggie.
We had in court.
Yeah, can I just ask, why did
we had in court that you committed gross offence against a large community of 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust.
You just said the statement a couple of seconds ago. Why should I consider your context if you're not concerning mine?
You've broken the law. Do you regret breaking the law?
You just broke the law 2 seconds ago when you said the phrase. Remember, context matters, mate.
Nah, he set him up to fry. And you know why? Here's the thing. When you're dishonest somebody in a debate, you actually leave yourself open for a fucking clever counterattack. If you notice, guys like Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson, they never usually fall into traps where they just get flat out owned, right? It'd be if you're a chess player, it's like bringing out your queen. That's what this guy did. He brought out his queen too early. And once you bring her out, it's a powerful weapon, but now you got to constantly defend her because you don't want to lose the most powerful piece on the board, all right? That's what he did. He's a street hustler. That's what street hustlers do.
No, to be honest, he's playing chess with only pawns.
No, it's the queen because he's trying to get the big kill. So he's bringing her out.
Yeah, but if he doesn't have a point, Tommy, there's no point to
No. The point is to win. The point is to make him look stupid.
Yes,
that's the point.
The point is to win. What I'm saying is...
You're really fucking up my narrative here.
He's playing with only pawns. He's not playing
you fucked up my whole narrative. Fuck, don't listen to Tobes. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and I guarantee he doesn't know anything about chess. All right? And I'll tell you right now. Because if you go into Central Park, right, and you see those guys playing chess, what they do is they play speed chess, and they bring their queen out early. Because it's a powerful weapon is an easy way to get a mate. All right? People that don't have a lot of experience, especially with that crunch time, tend to do crazy shit, and they fall into traps. That's what this guy did. He went in right for the kill. He walked into the trap.
Tommy.
Shut up. I don't care. Yours makes no sense.
I'm saying exactly what you're saying, except
with
what
pawns.
I'm saying is all of his chess pieces are pawns. That's it. Because there is no point to what he says.
There is a point for the victory. No. I don't want to get into semantic debate over my fucking metaphor, you fucking jerk off.
Okay.
Thank you. How is Keem a bad journalist? I apologize, Blink 182.
Let it go.
I apologize. How is Keem a bad journalist?
Keem never gets a story.
This guy's a better journalist because he never accused anybody of being a fucking pedophile. He's actually a more honest debater than that guy. Give you that. He's a horrible journalist. Jesus Christ. He's not. That's what Bray says. Now, Bray says he's not a journalist. I say he is because journalism is bullshit. It's all bullshit, folks. All fucking bullshit. So, what he's saying there is if he said, you said gas the Jews 23 times. How is that funny? Well, technically, you broke the law if the court decided you broke the law. Wait a minute. The context was I was asking him a question. Doesn't matter. The court decides your context. And that's why that guy looks so ridiculous. So don't think for a minute that this is anything trying to be stupid. Now let's go to Sargon. You said to clip this. If this sucks, blame Tobes. Okay. I'm already about to. But you said this is a really good explanation, right?
Yeah, it's a really good explanation.
I don't think we've ever done Sargon
happened
here.
To this poor woman.
But Keem fixed that situation. It doesn't make him good. It makes him. It means he fixed it. You fucking moron.
Exactly.
Big
if you can't
shithead.
get your research right, you're a
Blake,
journalist.
you are too stupid for this show. I ban you. I'm banning you from this show. You're not allowed to listen to it. You're not allowed. You're too stupid. Oh, yeah, the benefit of him. Yeah, being called a pedophile. To this day, go to that guy's stream. And it doesn't let me voice. No, I will not let you voice. You're an idiot. You're a moron. What? Yeah, exactly.
Also, I love the Lexus sponsorship we have.
He's a good journalist. He fixed that situation. No, if he's a good journalist, it wouldn't have happened.
That's the square.
I'm not going to ban him for that. For being stupid. If I had to ban everybody for being stupid, I wouldn't have a show.
Now, I got to watch what I say here. This is going to end up on
Tobes may not know anything about chess, but he sure does know how to take down a queen. You don't have to time him out. God. I'm just kidding. Take it easy.
Jesus.
He wasn't spamming. You don't ban him. Don't ban him.
It's just a time.
Now we're gonna lose. Now he's never gonna become a Patreon.
Like you fucking care.
I know. All right, let's listen to.
Now I gotta watch what I say here. This is gonna end up
$1. Kima's not a journalist. He's dyslexic. Well, so am I.
You're not a journalist either.
No, not a journalist either. Just dyslexic. I almost said it wrong.
Did you think that was the only example that we had this week? Because you were wrong. As this article on Fahrenheit 211net says, we all deserve much better policing than this. So the author says, a short while ago I wrote of the death threats presumably from Muslims and leftists that the independent journalist Janaya English had received. The article outlined claims by Miss English, backed up by social media screenshots of the conversation, that the police were blaming her for the death threats she had received on the grounds that she had criticised Islam.
There is no free speech in the UK. I can pretty much confirm that. This is a Western country. This is exactly what the Democratic Party wants for the United States. And if you think that's nuts,
Can't argue with that.
England is not that far off from the United States. There's a couple cultural differences. Same system. This is what the Democratic Party wants for the United States. Well, that would never happen because of the First Amendment. Until it does. And then they're going to say, well, you know, we have to stop racism.
Miss English persisted with her complaint to the police, but to no avail. After failing to get any satisfaction from the officers to whom Miss English originally took her complaint, she visited a police station and had a conversation with a member of police staff, which Miss English wisely live-streamed.
You know what this is going to create, too? They're going to create groups of white people that start taking the law into their own hands. If you can't go to the police and get them to activate over a Muslim harassing you, and only, like, it's like, all right, well, if an Asian comes over, a black guy, maybe then the cops go. But if it's a Muslim, I'm not coming. We're just going to tell you it's your own damn fault, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be a point with the street justice. That's what they're asking for here. They're begging for street justice.
By doing this,
she was able to show the followers in the
that
public movie, that Bruce Willis movie.
Oh God,
what
I think they tried to ban that movie when it came out 40 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, street justice. You ban the movie. It's so ridiculous. It's just a remake of a dumb flick. Good flick, but a dumb flick.
Large, that a member of police staff was implying that she had caused the threats herself.
Jeff Goldblum's in the first Death Wish, by the way. Go watch it. It's funny.
Yeah. Because she had criticised certain religions, which will go unnamed, I'm sure.
And he doesn't call me at any point, so I decide to go into the police station and I explain my issue. Now, I live streamed all of this, and
you were black and they didn't help you.
It makes for a pretty interesting viewing.
She's cute.
You fucking creep.
I know. Well, what makes me a creep if I think she's attractive? God, man, what's going wrong with the world? You're gay. How about that?
Only 60, 70% gay.
Yes. Too gay for me.
The man at the desk, at the front desk at the police station, told me exactly what Michelle Davis told me, which is that I caused this myself, it was unnecessary, and that I shouldn't have been doing what I was doing, which was criticising certain religions. Let's watch the video. If people were threatening to kill...
Oh, she fucking three-quartered them. Vielen Dank. Oh, God, this good.
Now I gotta watch what I say here. This is gonna end up on Tommy's show.
Stand-up comedian this, Tom. Is stand-up comedian banned in Plaza? Well, it depends on what side of the fucking political spectrum you are. Getting the point here? I'm sure that reporter's not going to be arrested for gas to Jews.
So you and your family, an officer wouldn't deal with it. You'd have a problem with it.
Well, I wouldn't have put the messages out that you've put in the first place.
It's a relevant officer. Boy, cops in fucking Europe are worthless.
What messages are those? This is all live, by the way. Everyone can hear what you're saying. What messages are those?
Look, I'm not going to discuss it any further.
What messages are those?
You told me that you were putting messages out there which are anti-certain religions, yeah?
Yeah. Go. Can you all hear this, guys?
Yeah.
So are you saying that I deserve it as well?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying I think it's a problem that could have been avoided.
I love the way...
Well, that's not up to... But first of all, that's not up to fucking... It's unbelievable that he would say that. Yeah. It's up to you to protect her, to be able to speak and criticize, whether it be offensive or not. Not you asked for it. That's not the cop's job. That's my job to say you asked for it.
Exactly.
The way he said that. I'm sorry, Miss English. These problems could be avoided if you just shut your fucking mouth and know your fucking place.
Yeah, and if I shut my mouth, then you'll let them fucking rape a bunch of goddamn girls. Not do anything about it for fucking 20 years and Rotherham.
You don't have the right to criticize Islam, because if you do and they start threatening you, we're going to say it's your fucking fault. I am honestly incensed what's happened to Janaya English here.
I don't like to fucking get on my moral ground. I like to crack, but you have every right to be incensed over this, and mad and angry. You know, I hate phony outrage, but there is nothing phony about that outrage. I guess unless you're losing it to your political gain, other than that. But I mean, whatever. You have every right. Rotherham, not Rotterdam. You dipshit. You know, there's a word outside of fucking Holland. Brace.
She's a very brave woman for going out and actually putting herself on the line to get the police to actually...
She's a black chick, too, and they said, yeah, there you go, black people. You slipped down the victim hierarchy. Muslims have replaced you in the UK. Congratulations. Hang out with us white people now.
Demonstrate how they're going to react. For some reason, the British police are like the Muslim Defence Force. We're here to protect Muslims from things they don't want to hear, from criticisms of Islam. And when they start threatening you, well, maybe you should just stop criticising Islam. But by the way, the police don't really have time to investigate the child slave gangs that they're told about, so they fail to investigate these, and the slavers go free in modern Britain. But if you post something on social media, you're going to get a fucking curfew. So again, just to really hammer this point home, we need to protest this. This will continue.
I know I ran my fucking mouth about going there, and I just want to let you know, I did talk to Count Dankula personally. And I made this really sappy video with my son, and I said I couldn't. It was true, but I just wanted him to. I didn't want him to hear that I ran my mouth on social media. Tommy said he was going to go, and I really meant it at the time. I really did. I was sincere as hell. But I put Tommy on my leg, and I said I can't go because I couldn't get a babysitter for him today. Right. So, but he was really cool about it, and I did send him $100 today. I heard he made a lot of money yesterday, but fuck it. I said put this towards court costs. Or drinks. I don't care. Whatever. Whatever works for you. I don't care what he spends it on.
Celebrate with a mimosa.
There you go. There you go. Just, I don't care. He could drink the whole fucking $100. You know what? After watching this, I want to drink.
Continue going on until we stand up and make them change. And they're not going to want to do it. It's not going to be easy. But we're going to have to do it, and it starts by protesting these injustices. I'll see you guys at midday at Leicester Square, and I'll have my fucking megaphone.
Yeah, you didn't work it too well. Perfectly honest with you, you weren't that good at it.
To be fair to him, his megaphone did fuck up at the start of his.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just busting nuts. Yeah. I like Sargon. You know, I have a lot of respect for him. You know, I like him. I just like busting balls.
Sargon could hop on stream. We would love to interview you.
Now, this is Tommy. This is Tommy Robinson, which isn't his real name. I found out, and he's coming out of the courtroom. He was the guy who started the EDL, English Defense League, which eventually became a pretty racist organization. Legitimately. And he skipped out. He started working for the Rebel over in Canada a little bit. Now he's got his own bag. He's been de-ticked from Twitter. I got to be honest with you, I like this guy. I think what happened is he got into this business and with all the right intentions, and I think bad people surrounded him. But he's a working class dude. He's a tough son of a bitch, too. He's a fucking Antifa. Like 5 of them really couldn't beat the shit out of him the way they'd hoped.
Sargon had an interview with him, and he described him as sort of an English liberal that's sort of misunderstanding how to go about it.
Yes, I think that would be accurate. I mean, he comes from a regular work. I mean, he looks like he should be a fucking soccer hooligan movie. Not doing this shit. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
He's like in that movie I saw. I forget what it's called. Stand your ground. Okay. And they get the American to fight in a fucking local London soccer brawls. The dumbest fucking pastime on earth. I think I'll punch the other guy in the team. Green Street Hooligans. Yeah, I did like that movie. It taught me a lot. Like, you know, I watched that with a black guy, right? And he was watching. He's like, yeah, man, at least we shoot each other. We have beef. These guys are punching each other over a fucking football team.
Exactly. This fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's the dumbest fucking thing ever. But I got to be honest with you, the soccer hooligan types, I kind of like them. You know?
They're very upfront. They wear their feelings on their sleeves.
Yeah, I kind of like them. And I think that's what Tommy Robinson, he's just going to go working class job his whole life and go to football games. But I think, I think he experienced what that black woman experienced, and he just didn't want it to happen in his country. And yeah, he didn't go about the right way. But I don't think he's a bigot.
About the same time I was
No,
there.
what was that guy? Nawaz. He's trying to. He's a Muslim trying to.
Majid Nawaz.
Yeah, they're buddies.
Yeah.
He doesn't agree with everything, but they're buddies. They're fighting for the same thing.
Yeah, he helped him get out of the English Defense League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he really hates people with brown skin so much? Get the fuck out of here. So this is what Tommy Robinson has to deal with on a daily basis. But he's afraid of absolutely nothing. Look, there's the camera
The
with the
fuck
mech.
is that
Yeah, I know. It's a fucking iPhone with like the verse called it a mech. An iPhone mech. That's funny.
Jesus. Looks like the coffin Steve Jobs was buried in.
You're sick. That fucking phone. That phone's funny, right, Javago?
I said, if you're sitting at home thinking that's a victory, this is certainly not a victory because this sets a precedent for every other court.
God, he's got the map of England on his face, doesn't he? He's so English looking, it's ridiculous. Like if I ran into him, he was like, that guy's English.
Yeah. Kind of got that Gordon Ramsay forehead.
Yeah. The English have round heads, like really round.
Not necessarily.
Well, he looks like he could have been in the military.
It's just the haircut.
This is not the part that I want to get into. It's when the guy starts yelling at him.
People make jokes about things. That's it.
There we go.
He made it very clear this was a joke, and the police have used that. And I think that
And I want everybody to notice the idiot behind him. If he looks like a dipshit, he wears it on his sleeve. Trust me. Watch this.
police have used the Jewish community in this instance
Or on his
to
head.
silence people, and they've actually tried to tarnish the Jewish community as though they can't take a joke on that. Because I see every prominent Jew I know, and every commenter I saw online, even if it's distasteful humour, at worst it's distasteful humour. It certainly is not inciting religious hatred against Jews.
It's definitely distasteful. I mean, nobody would deny that.
It's certainly not anti-Semitic. What's he done?
Is Tommy Robinson? Are they really Irish? No wonder he fucking doesn't know when to shut up and sit down and know his place. Listen to him.
And the way, are you from the media? Okay. It's free speech. So I'm exercising free speech. Am I all right? Hey, what makes me all right?
What makes me all right?
Your bigotry. Your bigotry.
Yeah, bigotry.
Your bigotry.
Yeah,
Your bigotry. Not you fall in line with this problem. You fall in line with this certain party. Not that this is a statement you made in such and such a day that I think is bigger. This is a policy they want. Your bigotry. You're a fucking moron, dude. You should be embarrassed. I bet you're not. You're not smart enough to be embarrassed. You big dipshit. He looks like he got... What's that stupid movie about Scotland? Train Spotting? Yeah, it looks like he didn't get the part. You're the moron. They portray in that movie. Just not as cool.
Your narrative is to pick one religion over another and demonize one over the other. You constantly...
How do you criticize something without demonizing it?
Exactly.
How do you criticizing whether you demonize it? It's not just criticism, it's you're demonizing it.
Well, when it comes to politics, yes. Because
you constantly call out all the bad things in the Quran. Well, you know, if I was going to criticize the Quran, I'd probably call out the bad things. Point, bitch. Thanks, Richie. Welcome to being a fuck. Welcome to the ninjas. And I guess the question was, what makes me all right? And it turned into this.
You only selectively point to one because you've got an agenda going.
No shit, he's got an agenda. He's a political activist. How stupid can one man be?
Everybody can see your agenda.
Agenda's brilliant.
You appropriate.
For your own
agenda. The majority of the country are behind for it.
Compare one over the other. Who's the right man? How many people did Jesus murder?
I don't know.
How many people did Jesus murder in history? In the Britain history. What colour was Tinkerbell's hair? How many people?
What colour is Tinkerbell's hair?
What colour was Tinkerbell's hair?
I mean, what are you arguing? What the fuck are you arguing?
He's not. What he was trying to do. Now I get it, right? I thought he was trying to say basically whatever he's saying is irrelevant because it aligns with what color is Tinkerbell's hair.
Yeah. No, but what is he debating? Are you debating whether or not religion
He's all right.
is real?
He's all right because he has an agenda.
But that has nothing to do with being alt-right. He was just bringing up the fact that Jesus didn't exist.
Yeah, I know. Well, this guy doesn't have an argument.
Jesus.
He looks like a autism is strong with this one. Ricochet. Everyone is always after his Lucky Charms. He's smiling.
Jesus murdered no one. Muhammad murdered 600 people in one day.
His own agenda. Of course, he has agenda. That's why he's there. He's furthering his political agenda. His political agenda is, I don't know if it's anti-Islam in the sense that he doesn't want it in the country, but it is anti-Islam in the sense that certain Islamic values are not welcome in the United Kingdom and in the Western world, which I also agree with. And by the way, I'm talking to a gay Muslim right now. Ex-gay Muslim. Ex-gay or ex-Muslim?
Dun, 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 dun.
Of course he has a political agenda. You have a political agenda, sir. You're entitled to it.
Yeah.
You know, like usually when you accuse somebody of having a political agenda, it's these fucking straightforward reporters that are just giving you the news, and they're not. They have an agenda, and that's a valid criticism for somebody who's saying that they're a neutral party. Tommy Robinson is not saying he's anything but neutral. Anything close to neutral, excuse me.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I've lost friends over my politics.
Sure.
I've told you this, Tommy.
No.
It's ridiculous. And the fact that people take it to the extent where it's no longer an objective thing, it's a subjective thing. It just annoys me.
Now I gotta watch what I say here. This is gonna end up on
I'm
Tommy's
autistic,
show.
and Jesus Christ guy makes me look fucking normal. Kowalski. You're way more normal than him, Kowalski. Hey, the donation's been fucking fantastic. Thank you so much. Get those likes up for me, if you could. I would appreciate it, right? God, yes. That's right.
Wait, what?
God, Tobes is gay. God, Tobes is gay.
That's one of my favorite moments.
God, Tobes is gay. Because it's about you fucking self-obsessed homosexual.
Yeah.
We promised we didn't do that. We'll do a lot of calls. We got like 20 minutes left. But that's the way I feel about it. Stop saying this is stupid. Stop acting like this is some kind of massive mistake or some kind of bureaucratic faux pas. No. This is what's coming for the United States. It's already in Canada. It's already in Canada. You know, you can go to jail for offending somebody if you don't call them deliberately. Don't call them the whatever pronoun they want to be referred to. I know. And since when? I mean, like, well, that can't happen because of the First Amendment. They will try to circumvent it and say, hey, look, you still have the First Amendment.
Watch what I say here. This is going to end up on Tommy's show.
That's right, Nerd City. Hey, Topes, I want to ask you about Islam after the show. Hop into the Discord after a brace. Oh, God. Good luck with that one.
I need to write something so I can't actually hop on Discord.
Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. God, Topes is gay. All right.
Very much so, yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Let's put this. No, too many gay boys. Kaiser, you're on.
Hey, yo, nah.
No, I got
Hey, I'm Toast replacement. So,
fuck. Oh, God.
Hold on a second. That's the concept.
So anyway, yeah, I'm Toast replacement. But first off, I just want to say, when I saw your haircut, it took me back to summer of 2017.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah, well,
that was
that's
lovely.
when I cut it. Now it's summer again, and I'll probably cut it next year too.
Yeah, probably. It's classic. But anyway, I was just, I just want to say.
By the way, gay men do not compliment my looks too much. It makes me very uncomfortable. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay.
God, Tommy, you look like a dad.
God, Tony's gay.
Oh my God, I'd fuck this shit out.
Okay, so like what these kind of like politically correct people do, they will actually excuse the people who will like try and radicalize other Muslims. Like the people who don't really know how violent their religion can be, and then they'll just everything that's actually pretty wrong about Islam will be censored off them as just Islamophobic, which is a gateway to them being radicalized. Because we knew a person. To say how westernized he used to brag about watching hentai. So then after a year, because
that's
he was
Eastern.
pushing all that,
Go ahead.
After after a year of being pushed, of watching, being to this pushing away anything criticizing Islam. Yeah. A year later, he hated gays, and then just started talking. He legit retweets stuff that's near ISIS levels now, just because.
Fuck that guy. I want to ask you something. As a communist, all right?
Yeah.
Why is it? And you're not one of these guys, even though you're completely out of your fucking mind, commie. But you're not this out of your mind.
Yeah.
What is it about the left that refuses to condemn this in great numbers, like they would right-wing behavior or religious right-wing behavior in the same manner, in your opinion?
Well, I think on my side of the left, it's because my, socialism, that's economic.
I mean communism, the whole mind, the economic and the social part. What is it about the left in general, not just communists? Why won't they condemn it?
I think it's because where it stems from. Because you look, this is a clear example. You remember back in the early early YouTube, when you had Mr. Rexy on, when he was quite popular at that time. We had a lot of videos that would criticize the quite Christian side of things. And I think what happened with them, I got a lot of liberals went into that mindset that the people who are criticizing this Islam are just the same Christians who want to burn gays. I think that's what they've got in their head, and they just haven't moved out from that time. And I think that kind of mindset is spread, if you know what I mean. That the people who are saying this are just Nigel Farage.
But isn't it bizarre that look, I'm not saying right-wing Christian violence never happens in the United States. I mean, I forget the boy's name.
It's incredibly rare in comparison.
The boy's name that was murdered, he was crucified and tortured to death. I cannot remember the young guy's name. He was the same age as me. I think we were born the same time. In the United States in the 90s. But I mean, even that attack, that was nationwide news, right?
Yeah, that was horrific.
Unheard of in the 90s. Unheard of. One of the reasons we face so much outrage because it's so rare. But we don't see that type of outrage for people who barrel into a crowd of people from the left. We see a lot of people saying, "Shut the fuck up! Everybody, calm down! Don't blame Islam."
Yeah, because you'll get even these churches, the basic Christian churches you get, over here in the UK and in the rest of Europe. Religious, it's more about community, I'd say. That's why.
But we're a little wacky and we don't have that problem.
It's just insane, how when it happens to Christianity, it's it's rare, and every Christian ever condemns it. Even the Catholic priest, he's saying stuff that you would never think would be said. He doesn't believe in hell, for example. That was one of them. But and then in what we get here is just normal mosques can say the worst shit and they won't get in trouble. And then if you point out, you'll be thrown into these kind of.
But I'm asking you why? I understand that's going on. Why isn't the outrage the same? Why isn't the outrage the same?
I have an answer to that, Tommy.
All right, he's got to answer it quick.
I think
another call.
Okay. I think it's that mindset. It's mostly liberals, not mostly liberals who do that because they just think the people who are criticizing in their head. The people who are critiquing it are just the old right-wing Christians of the world, the people who
even though the evidence is far beyond that.
Right. Evidence is there, they just want to blank it in their head because in their own minds they're sick of Christians.
I think, you know what? I think you're probably right. All right, talk to you later, guys. Thanks for the call. No, I think it's just they can't break all habits, old prejudices, so to speak.
No, Tommy, the left is as racist as they come. That's it. You know why they don't want to criticize Islam? Because the people who follow it are mostly brown. That's it. That's all they have.
That's kind of what he's saying. That's kind of what he's saying.
Yeah, no. What it is, it's just the racism of lower expectations. They remove people's agency because they're brown. That's it.
Yeah.
And then they tell, oh, they don't know any better.
All right, let me argue with you for a second. What about that black woman? How come she had agency?
No, it's the people on the left. As soon as they see a person with agency who's brown, like Bunty, for example, they try to silence him. Look at the hate some black guy goes to it.
Yeah, I know, but to some extent he does.
Yeah, if they're not victims, then they're not part of us.
Well, that's their mentality. Funny, as a veteran, I've always felt that. I've always said it. I've said this to relatively patriotic liberals. I've said to them, the only things that liberals want to do, and Dave agrees with me on this, the only thing liberals want to do with veterans, they want defeated and disgruntled veterans. They never want the type of veterans that love being in the Army and love serving. It's only if I'm a victim, if somehow the military took advantage of me, and I'm willing to fucking shoot down and say rotten stuff about George Bush. That's the kind of guy they want, and to some extent, I think that's the case with what you're saying. I think I can connect with that a little bit. Yeah. They only want me defeated and disgruntled, preferably with a limb missing, so they can parade me around like David Hogg, you know.
But that's basically it.
You're right.
It's just the fact that they're brown, they don't know any better.
Gotcha. Well, that is the worst type of racism.
Yeah.
Brad, you're on the air. What's up? Brad, you're gonna blow it. You're playing Minecraft.
Yeah, it was Islami salami. That's all I had to say.
Thanks. Thanks. Have a good one. Go back to Minecraft, you dipshit. Jesus Christ, the game's getting old. Go play some Fortnite. Get off the weed. Yeah. I think you'd probably have, if you're in your 20s like that guy sounded, or his late teens, you'd probably have to be on a lot of weed to keep playing Minecraft.
True.
Yeah. Playing Minecraft in 32 minutes. Jesus Christ. Pav the Englishman, you're on the air.
Yo, what's up, Tommy?
What up, brother? What's on your mind?
Yeah, so to start off with the whole Count Dankula being sentenced and shit, like this just goes to show what the policing and what the CPS is like over here in the UK. It is literally the most corrupt thing you'll ever find.
It's not even they're completely politicized. It looks like they're not looking to enforce the law. They're a political agency. That's what it looks like.
The thing is, if they want to charge you with something, they will charge you with it. It doesn't matter what evidence is in your favor, what evidence is against.
I mean, the law's in their favor because there's no definition of grossly offensive. So they can pretty much arrest you for anything.
It's okay to be offended. Like, it's not against the law to be offended. Like,
no, it isn't. No, it isn't. Somebody was convicted for being grossly offensive. There is no detail on that. There's a law in the United Kingdom. There's a law in the United Kingdom that says, and I guess it covers Scotland as well, that you cannot be grossly offensive. And he was convicted. That's been established. Unless some higher court turns it down, and I'm sure it's going to an appeal. Right now, it's not just one example. I just gave you two examples. And I've heard there's a third one out there, and there's probably a lot more than that. It is not legal to offend. It is illegal to offend, and I think that's what they're trying to say here.
Yeah. If it's illegal to offend anyone that's like called my mum a cunt, or said that my mum sucked them off and shit like that, that's offensive. I'm going to get them done for being grossly offensive.
Think about it. It's gross. Exactly. That's what that idiot reporter couldn't pick up on.
How do you determine what is grossly offensive and what is?
This is what you got to get out of your fucking head right now. They deliberately made the law vague so they can apply it subjectively and whenever they want to whomever they want. Some reason, Count Dankula got caught in the crossfire. From what I understand, and what I've been told, nobody complained about the Nazi pug video. It was actually brought to a Jewish person by the Scotland police. She said she was offended, and that gave them license to go arrest. That isn't totalitarian. I don't know what the fuck is. Yeah, honestly,
there's a comedian from Scotland, and he's very well known, like Frankie Boyle. He's one of the most grossly offensive comedians in the mainstream.
Well, he should have been in London today. He should have been in London or Scotland today, and
he was taken off of Mock the Week, which is like a big comedy show here in the UK, because of his offensive jokes. But I've never seen any lawsuit go against him.
Yeah. But I just said the law it's deliberately vague so it could be applied subjectively.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying, but it just proves that this whole Count Dankula thing is complete bullshit.
Yeah, it looks like they're targeting the white working class too, because I saw that the people outside those corporate, they look like regular folks. I didn't see any rocket scientists over there. Typical, like the same thing as like the Libertarian Party in the United States. Libertarian Party was trying to promote their agenda and what have you, and there were a bunch of guys in leather jackets and hoodies. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the problem. The left is organized, nobody else is. But these were regular folks, and that's who I think they're targeting. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. It looks like they're targeting white people. Is what they're doing. Let's just put it on the line. To me, I mean, I don't know this for a fact. I mean, and the black woman in this video, maybe anybody that just has an issue with Islam, and she was obviously had some African blood in her. But it looks like to me they're targeting whites. That's what it looks like to me. I could be wrong about that, but on the surface, that's what it looks like.
I mean, that's your perception.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the truth. I don't know if it's the truth, but on the surface, I think that's a fair accusation. Are you targeting white working class people? I haven't been. The question hasn't been answered, but I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah, I'll get you, mate.
Just I'm wondering out loud.
And the whole Tommy Robinson thing as well. I think Tommy Robinson is severely misunderstood in here in the hit by everyone.
He started off bad.
I agree.
He was a naughty boy.
I agree. He can say some controversial shit.
Yeah.
But then if you analyze what he's saying and you break it down and look at the facts and opinions that he's stating, he does make some valid points. I'm not saying that I agree with him.
Yeah.
Personally, some of the shit that he says, I highly disagree with.
He doesn't appear to be a violent man unless actually attacked. He didn't hit anybody. He doesn't threaten anybody. When he debates with somebody,
the amount of shit that he goes through, man. Like, he did a speech at Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park about a month ago. And it was all about free speech. And this was just after the whole Count Dankula thing had all come out, and it just died off. He did this speech at Speaker's Corner, and he was just bombarded by Muslims that thought that he was targeting Muslims the whole way through. Yeah. He's simply stated that some of the mosques here in the UK, even worldwide, they are converting people to Islamic to be extreme. Like, they're making Islamic extremists out of these mosques here in the UK, and in the world even. I didn't need to stop saying that, but it doesn't matter what religion you are. If you're Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Sikh, if you commit an act of terrorism based on your religion, you're a fucking terrorist regardless. Doesn't matter what religion you are. It just so happens that most of these terrorism acts are committed by those that have aligned themselves with Islam. Islam.
The IRA used to do it when I was a kid. They used to throw bombs in discotheques when I was a kid. I remember that clearly. So, I mean, it definitely can come from different religions and what have you. Although I never believed the Irish conflict had too much to do with religion, more ethnic groups. But yeah, I'd be honest with you. I think the solution to the problem is that protest wasn't big enough. Not that it wasn't big and not that it wasn't effective and it did get attention. There's not enough people that really believe. They just think it's like a faux pas or something stupid. There should be 100,000 people surrounding the courthouses in London. There should be,
especially over something like this. Yeah,
I know. It just seems like it's a bunch of guys like us, like a bunch of, just working schlubs that are pro free speech and they care a lot about their free speech. That's all it is.
It's like the joke I made on here the other day about that guy in the Chinese restaurant. Like, if someone found that grossly offensive, then I'd have them all targeting me, wouldn't I?
Yeah, sure. It's just going to be. Well, and somebody just called before and said, "Why isn't this comedian?" Well, maybe he's an elite. He's not. Nothing's going to happen to him. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Later, I'm going to jump out there anyway.
Take care, Pav. Take care.
Can I?
Sure.
Running Riot. 1 second. Running Riot. Shove a fat cock in your mouth, you dumbass.
It's not their country. I mean, we got their fucking. This is where we got their ideas. It's not their country. Are you okay with this? It's first of all, it's spreading, stupid. That's the whole point. It's spreading. We don't want it to come here. And you know what? I got to be honest with you, Running Riot, and I mean this, and I know I'm nice to you sometimes. I'm afraid of people like you that'll tolerate this fucking shit. Yeah. That's why we're trying to snip it over there. That's why Americans travel to England today. I'm afraid of people like you. I don't want you anywhere near power at all. I think you have authoritarian views.
Listen,
we don't know that they're okay with it. And maybe they were told something like, "Oh, this law is only to take out racism. It's not going to take out regular people. We're not going to enforce this subjectively. Enforce it subjectively." Well, it is. That's why you don't have free speech laws. There's free speech. There's no speech.
And I got to listen, Riot. You're only okay. You're only okay with brown people when they don't speak out against it, and you want them to have a voice. But then when they say something that you don't agree with, you shut them down.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the same thing with troops too. You only like me unless I'm bashing George Bush or the military. Well, an institution that you can't stand because guess what? They can't stand you. Yeah. And you can't stand Tobes. He's a brown guy. He has his own views and his own ways of looking at things. You don't care that he's gay. You don't care that he's actually run into real oppression, not the oppression that gays don't face in the United States.
Magic Noah said it best. You want people to tell. You want brown people to tell their story, but when their story doesn't align with your worldview, you shut them the fuck up.
Bingo.
And that's what people say.
Bingo. And that's why I don't. And Tobes, that's exactly you. That was beautiful what you just said. That's why I don't trust you. That's why we'll never vote for people like you. And that's why I think your ideology is trash. It's just Marxist garbage. And that's it. And Tobes hit it right in the head. You just got fucking owned. Period. I'm not putting brace on. I can't take. Watermon, whatever your name is. What's up? I don't care. I'm not in the mood for Green Man. No, he's not ready, of course. Green Man? Well, he hasn't been server muted. Everyone lies. You're on the air. Oh, I'm just going to end the show. Are you there?
Get Brace in here. Get Brace.
I guess Brace wins.
Hello?
You left the coffee pot on. Ugh. All right.
Now I gotta watch what I say here. This is gonna
First,
end up on
$2.
Tommy's show.
What color is Tinkerbell's hair?
Yo, Tommy.
Yes. Irritate me. Go
Since
ahead.
we're talking about anti-Islam and political correctness and liberals, I just have a question for you.
Sure, go ahead.
So, anti-Islam and political correctness sounds synonymous to me with Bill Maher. What's your opinion about Bill Maher?
I think he's a brainwashed liberal.
Because he's a liberal, but he's also anti-Islam.
He does speak out for this stuff, but he does speak out for this stuff, but he doesn't think. And I'll give you a perfect example. Jordan Peterson was on a show on Friday, okay? And they're basically, all the left is offering, I don't know if you probably know this, all the left is really offering in the United States is nothing but get rid of Trump. That's the agenda. That's the whole thing. It's beginning. It's get rid of Trump. I think we can both agree on that. All right. What Jordan Peterson asked him, right? And he didn't answer it.
Oh, you saw that?
Yes, some of it. I saw the clip, right? What Jordan Peterson asked him is, okay, what are you going to do? Let's say you get what you want and get Trump out of office. What are you going to do with the, like 51% of the public that supports Trump? What do you do with them? The answer was stupid. This is not like other presidents. This is different. He's an authoritarian. He's a dictator, even though they can't give him an example or anything like that. He didn't even answer the question. What are you going to do with these people? All right? He didn't answer it. He just said, it's justified.
Yeah, true.
When they asked him a question, Maher came back with it's justified. That tells me he's brainwashed. All right? Because that's a really good question from a really intelligent man.
Exactly.
What happens to the rest of these people? What happens when you win? What happens? What do you do?
And, a lot of people voted for him for a reason.
And you know what? Bill Maher is one of the few liberals that calls this bullshit out, but he is every bit as guilty of not portraying it in a matter showing how bad it is.
On the global scale, every religion gets the same treatment, and he's anti-political correctness.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why I can't respect him, because it's only when it comes to religious issues.
No, he's across the board,
I think. The biggest problem with Bill Maher is his cognitive dissonance. Even if someone on his panel makes a solid point and he does agree with it, on another show or later on that show, he will repeat his own. He will repeat his stance as factual, as objective.
Yeah, Cenk did that too with the Steve Harris interview. That's why what's his name quit, the gay guy. He said one thing and then another the next. Yeah, you're probably right. And then another the next day. That's why. What's his name?
Bill Maher is
left of Young Turks. What was that? What's the guy's name?
Dave Rubin.
Yeah, that's why Ray Rubin left, because he told him one thing and said that and completely contradicted it the next day. That's the same problem Bill Maher has. And by the way, I personally I like Bill. Like I'd have a beer with him.
Me too. I
like Bill. I'd have a beer with him. I'd be respectful. He looks like a funny guy, fun guy to rap. Cenk, same thing. I think I could chill with Cenk, right? Not running riot.
So all liberals are SJW cucks.
No. But you know what? That's when I opened up, Tobes hates when I say it because he's a liberal, right? Tobes hates when that's the liberals I'm talking about. They're not progressives. They're not SJWs, but they're the problem because they have the power.
Tommy's show.
Yeah.
That's what
I suppose.
Tommy is the biggest virtuous.
You know, he has a following of like 4 million people.
Save the whales, Brit.
It's great to at least hear your perspective on
that's how I feel about it. Look, I know that not all liberals are bad people, right? I know
because he hates,
but I do think
Christians and he hates Muslims, equally exactly.
No, I don't think he hates Muslims. I don't think he finds religion disturbing. So do I in certain aspects. Probably not as much as he does.
Well, me too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and he's also. Why did you time out Maybes? He got kicked from the server.
He called Zanta a fag. So
yeah, you know what? You know what? I'm getting a little sick of your fucking act. I had to throw you out for targeting on my fucking server. I'm going to throw you out of this one, too. This will be the end of it. I'm a little tired of your act. You are incapable of learning. You have...
Not you, Brace.
You know what Maybes has? A mental block. That's what that is. It's a mental block. It's unbelievable. What do? They put the mice and in these cages, and they learn the fucking maze, right?
To find the cheese.
Yeah, to find the cheese. And then they take the cheese out, and the fucking thing still goes there over and over and over. It doesn't matter. It looks around. Where's the fucking cheese? Where's the fucking cheese? Doesn't try anything different. It's a mental block. That's what it is. You're going to have a tough time in life. Maybe. No, I'm not done. I'm not done. Maybe you're going to have a tough time in life. You don't understand. Slow down, cool off, stop, and no. None of these things you understand. You can't grasp them at any level. I'm hoping you're under the age of 17, which, by the way, it's a little too late now. I got to be honest with you, but there might be a slight chance in hell. It might be a slight chance in hell that you actually can become an adult, because unless you learn those things, you will always be a child for the rest of your life. I promise you. You want and when you can't hold a job, even a shitty one, and you have to join the military, and you don't understand what no is, oh boy, it's gonna be great. I saw guys like you. I saw guys like you.
The sergeant, the drill sergeant's room.
Yeah, I saw. So you know what? You know what? Here's the sad part. You think it worked with me because I needed it. All right, it didn't work with everybody. So they went back to their fucking shitty job in New Jersey. Oh, wait a minute. They didn't have one. That's why they joined the military, because they can't function in rational life. They had mental blocks. Mental blocks. And if you want to sit there and play victim maybes because you've been picking on my fucking friend in a wheelchair for weeks now, and I fucking look the other way, right? How do you like it now? You have a mental block, and you will be at your parents' house well past 30. You'll probably only have sex 2 or 3 times within that decade before you turn 30, and you're going to be wondering, where did it all go wrong? And if you think I'm picking on you, think about all the people you picked on in my Discord, because I'm a lot fucking better at this than you.
Who are you screaming at?
Get out of here, Bray. You piss me off. And you know what? It took me a long time to do that. You fucking picking my friend again? I swear to God.
Tip of the hat.
It's tough to make a good argument. In fairness to Running Riot, I'll throw him the bone there. That's what you deserved. I'll do it to your friend Matt Lauer. I could tear your little soy boy fucking crew apart. I'll have you pulling victim cards left and right. You could read your free speech flag all you want. I could tear you in half. In fucking half. And I don't even know shit about you. Because all I need is just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. I need hugs. All right. I need to get the fuck out of here is what I need to do. All right, everybody. Listen. Some of you got kicked out of the fucking Discord because Verse is an idiot. He put flip the switch or anybody inactive over 30 days. Most of you haven't been banned. If you're not, don't see that. Just rejoin if you don't want to. Most of the people were inactive anyway. But if you're like, hey, I've been active 30 days, why did you kick that? You didn't. It was an accident. Blame First. He's a big dick. He's a big shithead. All right.
Big dick.
No, I don't know. Maybe he's in the chat still. He's been picking on fucking him for days. For days. And what's he gonna talk about?
He doesn't know.
Then he pulls a free speech card. Like I have to fucking like free speech. Free speech means you could get to fuck with my friends. I don't have to supply you idiots with a fresh group of friends to fuck with. I don't. It's not my responsibility. That's not a free speech zone if I don't want it to be. It's whatever I want it to be, whenever I want it to be. I'm motherfucking Tom Jong-un, motherfucker. Now, I took care of some things. I thought there was an issue with some of the speeches, some of the with people going with the N-word and fucking shit like that. I was being a little I've been seeing people saying faggot and stuff. All right, we got rid of that stuff. That's done. But if you're gonna fucking attack fucking guys in a wheelchair and just target them and hit them and hit them and hit them and then hold up a free speech sign, yeah, fuck you. But you wouldn't do that if I was in front of you. Let me on voice so I can roast you. Show that. Well, you better. I hope you fucking talk better than you write. Are you in there? Sure. Get in there. What's your name on there? I want to hear. I want to hear you. I want to hear you roast me.
Running
You're
Riot.
a brave motherfucker. Oh, what's that kid's name?
Running. Who wants to come in?
No, some kid that spells a little worse than I do, which is saying some shit.
God, thank you for that, Tom.
Nothing. He's not coming in. The fuck out of here. I'm done. Go check it out on iTunes tomorrow. All right. Peace. I watermelon. Is your disc? Oh, okay. Hold on. Stop it. All right, shithead. Shoot.
All right. So What do you? Okay.
Hello. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Tommy, I can prove to you that Keem is a great dude, right?
Yeah. Why is that? Do you know him?
Yeah.
How? Yeah. How far you guys go back?
What?
How far you guys go back?
About 20 years or so.
All right, you're an idiot. How about that? I
want
to go to bed. I want to go to bed. I thought you had something.
So what's your points again, Tim? What's your points again?
What's my point? What are we talking about, stupid?
Okay. Let's not get aggressive here.
What do you mean? You wanted to roast my ass? Come on, you're in shot for the point, bitch.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Okay, wait. What do you hate about Keem?
I don't know what to blow this guy up or make him a known fuckhead. I really don't.
Wait, no.
What don't I like about Keem? I got look, all I do is make videos and talk about him. You certainly can find out from my points against me. Hey, you know what? Watch the last debate we had. I guess.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You always talk about that dude. Why do you always talk about Keem?
Well, what the fuck? You sit there and ask me what my points are, and now you criticize me for making all talking about him, sir. I'm not. I don't think I'm being facetious here. You're an idiot.
Are you sure about that?
I'm getting suspicious.
Have you looked in the mirror
I'm getting suspicious.
Okay, I think you're just a hater.
Okay,
Keem.
well maybe.
Listen,
yeah, got me.
Listen,
you won
this. A great dude.
This is the best roast I ever got, by the way. You're saying
he donates to charity.
Are you autistic?
A little bit.
A little bit. All right.
Is that the best roast you got, bro?
I don't know that I even started. You roasted yourself.
Wait. You know what? I got a good roast for you.
Yeah. What is it?
Start acting your
my age.
Wait.
How am I gonna do that? Get any views?
Just throw him out.
Wait, you're giving me the giggles.
Can I give him known fuckheads, Tommy?
No.
Can I have the honor?
Listen. Oh, I got it. I got the roast.
Oh, wait. I got something. No, I got something.
Start acting your age.
My favorite part is when it feels good. Rumble. Makes my desk vibrate. Yes, sir. All right, everybody. Thanks.
Fuck.
All right.
Can
I hope you guys
can I
had
make
fun.
him a known fuckhead?
No, absolutely not, because then he's gonna be fucking. Absolutely not. But make sure you like, sub, share, donate, and another bullshit. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Make sure you check Tobes' in the description box below. Oh, remind me to put fucking verse in the damn thing. And see you all tomorrow. Tobes, verse, me, peace, 3 p.m.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe, here's a headline.